And we're back! Jay's picking a fight.
Yeah, as I do.
Yep.
I don't like your hat or your net. I'm gonna punch you in your tiny boy face.
Proboscido. Ooh.
You suppose this is the evolution of the, one of the two bugs we saw?
Probably. But, okay. Remember...
rock, I guess.
In the last episode, we were talking about group projects. Do you remember how in, like, middle school they always made you do arts and crafts projects that had nothing to do with anything?
Yeah, I was always really good at them because I'm an artist.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck me.
Wow. I always hated them, because, like, they were in
right, absorb. Well, he's fucked.
They were in, like, math class.
Holy fuck.
And I was always super annoyed by it, because I'm really good at math.
Yeah,
so
fucking hell.
So what I did is I partnered up with,
I think it is the evolution of the electric one.
Yeah. I partnered up with one of the art kids, and they did the entire art part, and I did the entire math part, and then we submitted it to the teacher, and then the teacher got mad because she asked what part each of us did, and we told her.
Yeah.
And then I asked the teacher, well, if you're gonna assign two different projects that are only tangentially related, isn't it more efficient for each of us to just do one? And then she didn't do any more of those art projects. She's like, but it defeats the purpose of learning. And I'm like, but we learned to divide the work. And she was mad. She was super mad. I maintain we chose the best option.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have no problem with your solution.
Yeah, art kid does artwork, math kid does math work. Everything gets done way faster.
And better.
And better. You're right.
Let me go back because,
Oh man, I probably should have used that argument. We produce higher quality work when both of us,
divide and conquer.
Yeah, when we divide to our specialties. But, hey, I guess that's a note for 8th grade Cameron.
It's a shame 8th... Oh no, I was gonna say, it's a shame 8th grade Cameron didn't know 8th grade Jay.
Yeah. You could have been my art slave. And then I'll just do the math. And then you're stuck building a diorama all day.
Joke's on you, that's a lot more fun to me than math.
Yeah, but the math only takes about 10 minutes. The diorama takes the whole class period.
Yeah, here's the little secret for you. While I'm doing that diorama, I'm doing classwork, so they can't tell me to do anything else.
That's true. I suppose if you like making dioramas, and the diorama is technically your assigned job.
Yeah.
It's like being forced to go out and play at recess.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna do that anyway.
Yeah. Go outside and play. It's hot today. Can I go in the computer lab? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, we used to have this middle school substitute teacher who would spend his time in the lab because you know the computers, if they got hot, that would be bad for the computers.
Right.
It had the best air conditioning in the whole school, and most kids didn't know that. So the computer lab was completely empty. So we had this one teacher who would just fucking camp out during recess there because no one would bother him.
Smart man.
Yeah. Well, me and my friends were like,
catch every stage of Crawl, so I did. Oh well, this is gonna show you what the things are.
No, that's fair enough. It is 3.
Yep, it's a 3-stager. Now go kick its ass.
I think you can win this fight.
Yeah, just fairy wind him. So, were you one of those kids who just stayed inside during recess all day?
Yeah, well, I made friends with him, and then I was just like, hey, do you mind if I stay and, like, play on the internet? And he's like, I don't care. So technically I was being supervised. I wasn't making noise, so I didn't interfere with his magazine time. And all of us got to enjoy the nice cold air conditioning. Instead of me going outside in sweltering heat.
Man, I was actually one of those kids who went out to play in recess.
I mean, I did too, but, like, when it got really uncomfortably hot, I didn't want to be outside.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I've never been that... Well, no. I should say, I was at one point in my life a sports kid, but that didn't last long. When I discovered I could have more fun with electronics and be cool.
Yeah. He means cool in the cold sense, not cool in the popular sense. You can't be both of those things in electronics.
Well, I mean, nowadays you get your ironic...
Neat!
I like that, actually. You get your ironic nerd cred.
Yeah, that's always struck me as weird, but I mean, hey, it's how the cookie crumbles now, I guess. Plus, like, once you get out of high school, people stop giving a fuck.
I mean, you'll typically find that, also, if any of you out there are actually in high school, and you hear people say, oh, it's the best years of your life, it really isn't. Like,
Dude, you didn't have my system for getting through high school, though.
No, I'm saying that, like, high school can't be easy or, like, a good time. I'm just saying, like, don't listen to the people who are like, don't waste your high school. Do what you want, man. Like, high school's a time to discover who you are.
I explicitly wasted my high school life, and it was great.
Yeah.
I did nothing.
It's like I just said, you discovered who you were.
Yeah! Grades 10, 11, and 12, I joined stage crew. Used that as an excuse to never attend class, and just sat around fucking playing Nintendo all day. In fact, it got to the point where I did so much quote-unquote work for stage crew that they put me in charge of it, which meant that I could sign other people out of class to come play Duck Hunt with me.
Yeah, you did that for me a couple times.
Yeah.
We didn't even play Duck Hunt, we just hung out.
Yeah. But yeah, we'd just hang out in the stage crew booth, take naps, play video games.
Sat on that questionable couch.
Sat on that questionable couch where everyone had sex.
Everyone.
Guts-kun, just leave in whoever you want to level up. It's a Coon Pokemon. But yeah, it was great. I discovered who I am, and I am someone who doesn't like to do work.
A lazy piece of shit in scientific terms.
Yep. And the best part was that, like, everyone thought I was super dedicated, because when work actually came up for stage crew, I'd always get it done super quick. So, like,
Can't fault you for actually getting results.
Yeah, there were enough actual examples of me working, or, like, staying late after school, or being the one who handles fucking stage crew payroll and doing it responsibly, that they just assumed I was busy with stage crew when I said I was.
Yeah, why not?
Yep. I actually found out that if you have a really big cord wrapped around your arm...
Most people won't stop you.
Yeah. In fact, if you walk by your classroom with a really big-ass cable in one hand and, like, a toolbox in the other, and just wave to your teacher and point to the toolbox, they will mark you as present and just, like, let you have the period to do whatever it is that you're clearly doing with that huge-ass cable and toolbox.
Yeah. Cameron made a point of putting a reminder to himself to do that every now and then, so people wouldn't ask questions.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember when you stopped doing stage crew and it went to our friend Colin.
How'd he do?
He was you.
Yeah, I trained him well.
Oh god, because it was great, because we had a really big assembly, and he invites me up to the stage crew booth, because he's like, hey look, there's gonna be a big assembly, so I need you, stage crew. And I'm like, I gotta go.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. Colin, if you're listening, I'm so fucking proud of you.
So it was great, because we were sitting up in the stage crew booth playing, literally doing the battle bus in Pokemon, God, what was it? Black and White 1, I think. Just co-op battle bus. The assembly was happening, and the principal was up, and it was like the beginning of the year, and he was doing his little speech like, oh, you know, over the summer we put all this money into this building and got all our facilities up to date. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta take a leak. And he's like, yeah, whatever. We put the DSs down, and I leave the stage crew booth to go to the bathroom, which is just like up and around the corner.
Right.
I go open the door, and the first thing I see is the water fountain directly across from the stage crew booth has exploded and is firing water against the wall. Now, mind you, this is right after the principal had just finished saying...
Get rid of Growl, at least.
Yeah, I guess.
Cool.
Oh, fuck!
No! No! Whoops.
Big whoops.
Charm is just a strictly better Growl.
Well, it's gone now.
Goodbye, Charm.
That was on me.
You will be missed.
Ah, well, it was gonna be replaced when we got an actual move later anyway.
True. Well, I mean, unless you turn it into, like, a tank, in which case Charm is actually super good.
Yeah. If I win against you, maybe Senpai will notice me. He'll never notice you.
Never, ever.
Anyway, it was great, because I go downstairs and I go tell I go to the principal's office and I'm just like, yeah, fountain exploded. It was great, because it happened right after Mr. Blubble was talking about how he fixed everything. And the fucking secretary was just like, oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, the fucking secretaries at our high school were super nice too, because I used to, because every Friday we'd go to Black Night afterwards. And I used to just go to the principal's office and be like, hey, can I just leave these in the corner so I don't have to carry them around all day? And they were like, yeah, alright.
Oh man, the secretaries, I loved the secretaries for a variety of reasons. The first being that one time when I wanted to drop a class, I had to do a meeting with the principal for, like, the class dropping.
Right.
Because I was going down to only being a part-time student by only having 2 classes.
Oh, ooh, I already learned this.
So what happened was, I think in an attempt to not get me to drop the class...
Is rollout rock?
Rollout is rock type.
Cool.
In an attempt to not get me to drop the class, he stalled out until the point where it would show up as a failure on my record.
Huh.
But I honestly didn't give a fuck, because failures on your record mean nothing in your university applications. All it means is that for the school, they think you failed a thing. So, like, I knew this. So I showed up to the principal's office every fucking day, whether I had an appointment or not, and checked in with the secretary.
Yeah.
And then eventually the principal let me drop the class, but my guidance counselor was super mad about it, because it went down as a failure.
Yeah.
To which I told the guidance counselor, no, blame the principal for this. And she's like, you can't just blame the principal for your problems. And then I told her, well, go ask the secretary then. And she did, and the secretary had my back. And was like, no, he was here every day. The principal just kept missing the meetings. Like, I think it was like 4 meetings that the principal just didn't turn up for in an attempt to not get me to become a part-time student because the school would lose funding.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, the principal was a dick. Oh, man. Also, like, the secretary seemed to really like me because, like, I handled all the scheduling and payroll for technical theater, like stage crew and stuff.
Right.
Which meant they didn't have to.
Yeah, that's a good reason to be endeared to someone.
Yeah, and, like, the people who did it before me weren't exactly responsible and didn't keep good notes.
Oh, good.
Whereas I had, like, exact times that people turned up and who turned up and what they did.
Yeah, so you took meticulous autistic notes.
Yeah, my turbo autism made it super easy to the point where the secretary could just take my notes and give them to the principal, and the job was done. As opposed to having to follow up with each individual student about who did what and for how long. Now Senpai will never notice me!
Never, ever.
You're in the bottom fucking percentile of eligible women. Just like that guy's shitty Rattata.
Yeah. You and that
You should marry the Rattata.
Square Rap. Both ineligible for love.
Marry the Square Rap.
Yeah, you can't do that in most civilized countries.
But Pokemon and people got married all the time in ancient times, in the Japanese version at least.
This ain't ancient times.
In the American version, what do you think the inside of a Mudpants smells like? What the fuck is a Mudpants?
I'm sure we're about to find out.
Oh boy, I bet it's something in a diaper.
Probably. So I can already tell his dialogue is intentionally a meme based on the, oh boy, I'd love to smell her farts, haha.
Yeah.
Like weird copy pasta.
Imagine the smell.
Yeah.
With an extra E on the end of smell.
Yeah.
Sucks to be that Clover.
Bad day, really. Hey, alright.
I think you might level up. I think you might evolve.
I'm gonna...
Bite?
I'm gonna assume he's leveling up. Or sorry, I'm assuming he's evolving because he doesn't have a mouth yet.
Yeah, get rid of Tail Whip.
Might as well. Bite's a pretty good move, honestly.
Yeah, plus it gives you good type coverage too.
No problem with Bite.
Mudpants.
Okay, I'm gonna assume this is gonna be ground.
Send out your Jizz Monster!
That's the plan.
Fuck it right in the Mudpants. Oh god! Oh god,
no.
It's a 2-limbed anteater that's just shitting. Ugh. Why?
Because memes.
Jesus Christ. Is that a meme? Am I missing something? Because that just looks ugly.
I'm assuming it's a meme based on the fucking, like, weird shit fetishists.
Could be. Yeah, every property not only has porn, as Rule 34 would suggest, but every property now has fart porn. And diaper porn.
Yeah, that shit's getting out of control at this point.
They should make a specific shitboard on 4chan just to contain it.
It would be nice.
Then again, they tried that with Poll to keep all the, like, the hard right, the Nazis are the greatest, fuck the Jews people away, and they spilled out.
Yeah. Same, well, at least MLPs stay in their containment board.
Yeah, and 40k mostly stays in TG, which was the 40k containment board that stopped Warhammer Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot you had a berry.
It's because he died too fast for it to come to use.
He didn't even get out.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, Mudpants dead.
Yeah.
Let's see what your Aerobomb evolves into. What's your prediction, Jay?
Worst racial stereotype. I was just wondering for a few laughs. Yeah, whatever you want, you disgusting pervert.
Whatever you need to tell yourself. And...
Do you think Mudpants gets embarrassed when it poops in front of other Pokemon? Just thought it was a funny thing.
Anyway, we'll see you next time, folks.